The story comes to us from CBSNews.com. This is another sad, tragic story where the police felt they had to defend themselves against a dog, and, well, didn't turn out good. Ambridge, Pennsylvania. Ambridge police said they shot and killed a dog after it got loose while officers were looking for its owner. KDKA spoke with a woman who saw it unfold and said she was traumatized. Barb Marinek is haunted by what happened at work Friday afternoon. She said the images continue to play in her head. Marinek said, holding back tears, it just ripped my heart out to see that. I heard like a shot. Sitting in her office, she looked out the window and saw an Ambridge police officer with a gun and a dog struggling to move and bleeding. Marinek ran outside and screamed. What's that going to do? She said to the officer, what did you do? What happened? What did you do? And she said the officer had his head in his hands and was pacing. Marinek said, the officer said, the dog came at me and he was like, oh God, oh God. According to police, they covered the dog with a cardboard, believing she was dead as she lay there suffering. Marinek said she tried to sit up. She wasn't deceased, and there was blood. She was just bleeding. There was just blood running down the parking lot. For the next 40 minutes, they said the dog lay there suffering as police called local vets and the Beaver County Humane Society. In talking with the Beaver County Humane Society, police said they decided it was best to put the dog down, and they shot it again. Because animal control couldn't come out and, humanely let it go to sleep. Just do it again. Now, hours earlier, a woman found the dog on 23rd and Lens and snapped photos of it licking her before calling the police to pick it up. She told KDKA the dog was sweet. Normally they are. But cops, they get freaked out. It's a dog and it's running at me. Ah! Oh God, did it get me? As the dog's running toward him like... Shortly after she brought the dog there, the department shared a lost dog post on Facebook that's since been deleted with photos of the pit bull mastiff going for a ride along and calling it pleasant. But they took it down because, oh my God, hey, we just said that was a friendly dog. Take the Facebook post down. Later on, police revealed the dog had no tags and no chip and put it in an outdoor kennel. They said when they went to take it to the Humane Society, it became aggressive, trying to bite an officer's hand and then biting his leg. Eventually, the dog escaped the kennel and charged and lunged at an officer, which they said gave the officer no choice but to shoot it. Allison Yazer, who's from the executive director of the Beaver County Humane Society, released a statement that said, in part, they don't mind having animal control contract with Ambridge. They're saddened by the outcome, and officers have the right to defend themselves in a dangerous situation. This is the Humane Society defending the cops on shooting this dog. That somebody earlier had a picture of it licking her hand and going... Now, when the dog bit him, I can't say that it was aggressive. I mean, maybe it was. Maybe they were freaked out. Maybe something happened and the dog just went nuts. Or maybe he was trying to play and playfully biting. Oh, he's biting me! My cat does that, bites me all the time. I'm going to show you some of the marks I got. But he's just playing. As for Marinek, she feels the police could have handled things differently. Marinek said animals can't speak for themselves. Somebody has to speak for them, and I'm trying. Ambridge police told KDKA they're not commenting further at this time, but they will release additional details coming in the weeks. An owner has yet to come forward and claim the dog. It's a tough one, man, because, I mean, if the dog was aggressive and trying to go, I don't want to completely put the cops, down that way, but I've seen it. I've seen where cops just shoot a dog, and I'm like, what'd you do? I was on a call as I'm going to close with this. I was on a call as an animal control officer. Rottweiler in the yard. And somebody called, and the cops were out there, and they called and said, can we get animal control to come out here and get this Rottweiler? He's a big Mastiff guy, too. And I walked up with my pole, and I always, whenever I walked up to a dog, I'd be like, yo, buddy, what's up? What's up? And I did that, and his little nub was like, he was like, and the cops, and he turned toward me, and he like took a few steps toward me, and the cops went, true story. And I'm like, guys, not with me standing here. And I walked up, and I put a leash, not a pole, a leash over his neck. I said, come on, bud. And he walked with me. And I opened the big cage, and I put my hands under his front legs, kind of where our armpits are. And I did that, and he jumps into the cage and looks at me like, all right, let's go. I'm ready. But the cops were like, I'm like, whoa, hey, just because he was like trotting at me. True story. I'll solemnly swear to that story. So that's why I'm harsh on the cops here shooting this dog. Like, I'm just very judgmental, and maybe to a fault, when it comes to the cops shooting dogs. I'm very judgmental. Sometimes they have to. But I don't trust their statements on why they had to unless I see it for myself.